Hare Krishna, I'm back with the video of matchmaking in a marriage. What is matchmaking? When a boy and a girl they decide to get married, their horoscopes can be seen to see the compatibility, to see how much do they match, what are the strengths and the weaknesses. Now, a system of 36 gunas matchmaking system has been prevalent for a long time and it's still existing in so many places. Is it applicable right now at this time and age? I would disagree. It's not completely applicable at all. But that doesn't mean it's baseless. In fact, a couple of my clients they are very much interested in knowing what it was and how does it work actually. I'll just give you a quick outline of what it was. But before even going to that, as I had said in one of my previous videos, see all these yogas, and also this 36 guna system, matchmaking system, could have been, was applicable at certain time and age when the society was different, humans were different, surroundings were different, their thought process, right, people's thought process was different. That was okay for that time and age. As society changed, the version has to change, which is more adaptable to that particular time and age. And same is the case with current times. So you have to make sure that what is applicable and what is relevant in today's time and age, that should be considered and that should be worked upon, right? So what was this system, by the way? It was very interesting. So that base definitely exists. All we have to do is modify it, right? It's a total of 36 points. Out of that, 22 should match. That was the case, 22 or more. And then the boy and girl can get married. That would be the verdict, basically. These 36 points are subdivided into 8 divisions. In fact, one of my friends also wanted to know the names of it. So the first one was Varna, which was allotted 1 point. Varsha was allotted 2 points. Then Tara or Dina was allotted 3 points. Yoni was allotted 4 points. Graha Maitri was allotted 5 points. Then Gan was allotted 6 points. Then Bhakut was allotted 7 points. Nadi was allotted 8 points. The total comes to 36, right? So what it was, basically, the gist of it is, it showed the mental and physical compatibility, which is extremely important. But it whatever was seen during that time was different than compared to today's time. Compatible, it's still mental and physical compatibility are the core issues, yes. They still have to be seen, no doubt. But besides, what are some of the more practical things which need to be seen? The most important thing today is what the nature of a person. No matter how much the society has advanced, you will agree with me that there are a few exceptions, but the woman is expected to do, or she is given a very major role, right? When they get married, she has to be a multitasker, and her nature becomes very important because she has to be more patient, more compromising, more sacrificing, more, of a multitasker, and she should be able to balance that, maintain that delicate balance. Lot of responsibility lies with her, right? So nature becomes important. Now I'll give an instance. For example, when it comes to thinking, when it comes to nature, her thought process, moon charts can be seen, have to be seen, of the boy and the girl. Let's say the girl is thinking, the way she's thinking is that she's very career oriented and she earns pretty well, so she doesn't want to let go of her job even after marriage. She would like to continue. And whereas the boy is more like, he is earning pretty well, he is working long hours, he has been eating out for a long time, traveling, so he's looking for someone who can take care of his home, a homemaker who can take care of everything, and she can be home, take care of the kids, and look after that area, which, by the way, is pretty huge compared to what he's doing. Being a woman, I would be always biased. Not only biased, but I feel that's right, right? So, initially itself, the way they're thinking is different. But let's say he says, okay, fine. If that's what she wants, I'm willing to adjust. Let her, I like her so much that let her continue her job after marriage. That's fine. I'll work around it. He thinks about that, then the honeymoon period is over, and slowly it starts dawning on him, this is not what I had, asked for. To change the thinking of a person, nature of a person is not that easy unless he really puts in efforts towards it, right? So these horoscopes, when they're matched, you can always tell them, this is the case. Are you sure? Are you sure that this won't become a point of contention later? And you can in fact help the couple that way. Similar is the case with ascendant charts, where you can see the personality types. So when you see the personality types in the ascendant charts, let's say that the boy's personality, the chart shows that he's more reserved kind of person, a man of very less words, who cannot talk about day-to-day things, household things, or he's not very romantic. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't love his wife, but he's not that expressive. Whereas the girl is more of outgoing. She expects more, those small talks, romantic talks, and she expects more love, more gifts, more expression, right, from her husband. So these are two clearly different personalities, but they can be worked around, right? If the couple decides, it can be worked around. And that is when the matchmaking thing can help. That, okay, look, your personalities are different. You have to make sure, looking at the strengths and the weaknesses, you can come to a point of compromise from both sides. That's a sweet compromise and make it work. So this is how the matchmaking process can help you to make your, in fact, the base of married life more positive.